welcome back to the podcast playground. Our newest podcast is The Best Podcast.
Join Jay Carter and me, Vida Best, on The Best Podcast, where the dynamic duo brings you their insider secrets to everything wonderful. Now Jay and me dive deep into the top 5 everything, from the latest cell phones to affordable wines that won't break the bank.
So tell a friend, you've found The Best Podcast,
where every recommendation is a gem waiting to be uncovered. Tune in weekly for your dose of excellence.
Picture this, you're hitting the open road.
Oh yeah, the classic road trip.
Right, you've got this meticulously curated playlist queued up, the tank is completely full, and you are staring down the barrel of a 5-hour drive.
5 hours is a long time to be stuck in one seat.
Exactly. The environment inside that car is about to become your entire world, you know?
Yeah.
So what is the one single factor that will totally make or break this journey for you?
Well, I mean...
It is, without a doubt, the snacks.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the snacks dictate the entire psychological and physical state of the vehicle.
They really do.
A road trip without, like, a carefully planned food strategy, it quickly devolves into an endurance test.
Or like a hostage situation, honestly.
Yeah, basically, yeah. If you're trapped with bad snacks, it's miserable.
So today, we want to bring you the definitive, undisputed top 5 road trip snacks for your next adventure.
And we aren't just guessing here, which is the best part.
Right. We've gathered this massive mountain of real-world road trip experience to distill for you all today.
Yeah, pulling from some really diverse sources.
We are. We've got insights from college students who regularly drive like 6 hours home on weekends. We've got a travel blogger who focuses heavily on maintaining energy on the road.
Which is super important.
And we even have insights from a family who survived an 8-week, 10,000-mile cross-country epic.
10,000 miles with a family. That is, I mean, that's serious mileage.
It really is. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, we have to view this through a really specific lens, because eating in a moving vehicle is a totally unique challenge.
Right. It's not like eating at your dining table.
Exactly. It's this complex intersection of logistics, physics, and human biology. The food you bring into that car has to survive the dark abyss of your cup holders.
Oh man, the cup holder abyss is real.
It really is. And it has to endure wild temperature fluctuations too.
Right, going from a freezing AC to baking in the sun.
Yeah, and most importantly, it has to keep your brain alert behind the wheel for hours on end. And crucially, it has to accomplish all of this without completely destroying your vehicle's interior.
That's the dream, right?
Yeah.
I always look at a bad road trip snack like a terrible co-pilot.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, like if they leave a huge mess everywhere, fall asleep on the job, and make you feel drowsy just being around them, they're a massive liability.
Spot on. You don't want a liability in the passenger seat or the snack bag.
Exactly. So instead of just listing off snacks randomly, let's look at this through the actual timeline of the drive itself.
I like that approach, chronological snacking.
Yeah, let's start with hour 1.
Yeah.
You pull onto the highway, the excitement is super high, and almost immediately the craving hits for something sweet and salty.
It always does. You want that immediate satisfaction.
Right.
And that initial craving is powerful, right?
Right.
But satisfying it strategically sets the baseline for the rest of your drive.
Because if you mess it up early, you're doomed.
Basically, yeah. If you reach for pure sugar right off the bat, you're sabotaging hour 3.
Right.
The travel blogger source points us heavily toward gourmet trail mix as the foundational first snack.
And the sources provided some very specific recommendations for this, which I loved.
Oh yeah, they didn't just say any trail mix.
No, they mentioned the nice fruit and nut trail mix, which is peanuts, banana chips, raisins, and dried mango.
A solid combo.
Yeah. And the reason this works so incredibly well for hour 1 is the low sodium content.
That's huge.
Because think about it. If you start a 5-hour drive by consuming massive amounts of salt, you're going to get dehydrated.
And dehydration leads to lethargy.
Which leads to a completely miserable drive.
Right, and from a biological standpoint, trail mix provides an ideal macronutrient profile for an energy baseline.
Like it balances you out.
Exactly. The dried fruit offers immediate accessible carbohydrates to satisfy that sweet craving we talked about.
But it's natural sugar, mostly.
Right, and then the fats and proteins in the peanuts create a much slower digestion process. Ah, so it spaces it out.
Yeah, that prevents a rapid blood sugar spike, which is what you want to avoid.
Now, if you're packing for a larger group, the sources also point to the Power Up High Energy Trail Mix.
Which is a good one.
Yeah, that one incorporates walnuts and cranberries. And the multi-pack options there are highly efficient for, distribution among passengers in the back seat.
Handing out little bags is way easier than passing one giant bag back and forth.
Way easier. But let's be honest here. Eventually, the raisins and mango just aren't enough.
No, you hit a wall with the fruit.
You really do. You want something strictly savory, something with a serious crunch.
Which is where we get to the peanut butter-filled pretzels.
Snack number 2.
Exactly. These are highlighted across the board as the ultimate workhorse of highway eating.
Okay, I hear that. But I have to challenge this premise based on our own sources.
Ooh.
Challenge away.
Because the college students swear by alternative options that sound vastly more appealing for that savory sweet craving.
Like what?
Well, they talk about the 2008 nostalgia of Go-Go Squeeze applesauce pouches, which are supposedly mess-free.
Sure, supposedly.
But more importantly, the sources explicitly mention Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups.
Oh, those are dangerous.
Right. The source even warns that a person could accidentally, on purpose, eat 6 in a row.
Easily.
So my question is, why are we elevating a dry, humble peanut butter pretzel over something as magnificent as a dark chocolate peanut butter cup?
Well, what's fascinating here is the physics of a hot car.
Okay, lay it on me.
The environment must dictate the menu. The sources draw a hard line on this, actually. Anything with chocolate chips or a chocolate coating is a catastrophic liability in a vehicle.
A catastrophic liability, that sounds intense.
But see, it is. A car windshield acts as a massive magnifying glass, creating this intense greenhouse effect.
Even if you got the AC blasting.
Even with the air conditioning running at full blast.
Yeah.
Direct sunlight hitting your lap or the center console will destroy the tempering of chocolate in a matter of minutes.
It's the structural failure of the snack.
Exactly that. The lipid structure in chocolate breaks down at roughly body temperature.
Oh, wow.
And a sunlit car interior easily exceeds that. So once it melts, it transfers to your fingers.
And for your fingers to literally everything else.
Right. To the steering wheel, the gear shift, or worse, it wedges into the fabric of the seat.
Oh, man. Trying to get melted chocolate out of car upholstery is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I suppose steering wheel integrity really does have to take priority over a chocolate craving.
It definitely does. So that's why peanut butter-filled pretzels win. They provide that robust, satisfying bite, that perfect ratio of salt, crunch, and creamy center without any melting hazard whatsoever.
That makes total sense.
Furthermore, they pass the ultimate logistical test. They are virtually crumb-free.
Which is rare for a crunchy snack.
Very rare. The exterior shell of a pretzel doesn't leave that powdery dust you get from cheese puffs or tortilla chips.
No orange steering wheel.
Exactly.
Hey.
And there is absolutely no sticky residue.
So the pretzel gives you the psychological satisfaction of a heavy snack without turning the driver's seat into a disaster zone.
Exactly.
Okay, so that gets us through the initial excitement. But let's advance the timeline a bit.
Let's do it.
It is now mile 150. The carbs from the trail mix and the pretzels have done their job, but now you're staring down 3 more hours of endless asphalt.
Yeah, that mid-trip slump.
Right. This is where the biological reality of the road trip really sets in, and you need to transition from the fun snacks to the actual fuel.
And this is honestly the most dangerous phase of the drive.
Really? Why dangerous?
Because when you sit completely sedentary in a driver's seat for hours, your energy expenditure plummets.
Oh, because you're just sitting there not moving.
Right. Your body recognizes the lack of physical movement and naturally begins to slow your metabolism.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah, so if you try to power through this phase by eating more carbohydrates or pure sugar, you're triggering a massive release of insulin to process those carbs.
And that insulin spike is what leads to the inevitable crash.
Yes.
The dreaded highway hypnosis.
That phenomenon isn't just boredom, It's deeply physiological. Your blood sugar plummets, your eyelids get heavy, and your cognitive reaction time drops significantly.
Which is terrifying when you're driving 70 miles an hour.
Very. So to combat this, shelf-stable protein is practically mandatory.
So that brings us to snack number 3.
Right. Protein digests much slower than carbohydrates, requiring more metabolic effort to break down.
So it keeps you steady.
Exactly. It provides a steady, even trickle of energy to your brain rather than a flood and a subsequent crash.
And the sources are highly specific about how to deploy this. They recommend high-protein meat sticks.
Yes, specifically calling out Paleo Valley 100% grass-fed beef sticks.
Which, side note, are gluten-free, which is great.
Yeah, and they also mentioned Chomp's meat sticks.
Both excellent choices. And the absolute best part about these is the lack of temperature logistics.
Oh, for sure. They require 0 refrigeration.
Right, you can literally buy a pack, throw it in the glove box a week before, and forget about it until you hit that mile 150 slump.
They are completely self-contained energy units.
But wait, we have to talk about the collateral damage here.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, if you break out a beef stick in a sealed, climate-controlled box, aren't you risking major smelly car syndrome? You have other passengers to consider.
That is a vital distinction to make, actually. And we can look directly to the family source that survived the 10,000-mile summer road trip for this one.
Oh, yeah, they would definitely know about smelly cars.
Exactly. That kind of confined mileage forces a group to establish strict laws of survival. And their rule is absolute.
Let's hear it.
Meat sticks are acceptable, but you must avoid the unforgivable road trip sins.
Which are?
No tuna pouches, no smoked salmon, zero fish or seafood of any kind.
Oh my gosh, opening a tuna pouch in a hot car seems like a fast track to getting left at the next rest stop.
It is deeply antisocial behavior.
Truly.
I mean, seafood might offer excellent lean protein, but the olfactory impact is just overpowering.
Plus, doesn't the AC make it worse?
Yes. Car ventilation systems often recirculate cabin air to maintain temperature efficiency, meaning a fish smell doesn't just linger, it actively cycles through the air conditioning vents.
And beds right into the upholstery. Yikes.
Exactly. So meat sticks are the perfect compromise here. They deliver that crucial protein anchor without the obnoxious, lingering odor of seafood.
Okay, so we've stabilized the blood sugar, and we've avoided putting the passengers to sleep or suffocating them with tuna.
Always a plus.
But eventually you reach a point, maybe around mile 250, where the palate simply needs a reset.
Yeah, you get flavor fatigue.
Right. After the dry trail mix, the salty pretzels, and the savory beef sticks, your mouth just feels heavy.
It does.
So the final phase of our top 5 snacks focuses entirely on combating that fatigue through hydration and freshness.
This becomes especially critical during hot summer drives, too. Hydration isn't just about drinking water, you know. You can actually eat your hydration, which often absorbs more efficiently into your system.
That brings us to snack number 4. The sources explicitly highlight seedless grapes and fresh blueberries for this exact reason.
Perfect choices.
And the logic is so beautifully simple, they are naturally bite-sized.
No prep required.
None. You aren't dealing with a banana peel that's going to turn brown and emit that heavy potassium smell in your trash bag for 3 hours.
Hot banana peel is almost as bad as the tuna.
It's pretty close. With berries, you just pop them in. It's an immediate, hydrating burst of natural sweetness.
And notice the mechanical efficiency of those fruits as well.
What do you mean by mechanical efficiency?
Well, any food that requires 2 hands or requires a driver to actually look down to manage a core, a pit, or a peel is a fundamental distraction.
Oh, that makes total sense.
A grape requires 0 visual processing to consume. You just grab and eat.
Which flows perfectly into the savory side of hydration, which is snack number 5. Fresh veggie sticks with hummus.
Yes, the veggies are key.
The sources recommend crisp snap peas, cherry tomatoes, and baby carrots. And the trick here is stashing them in little single-serve cups inside a travel cooler.
Single serve is the way to go.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The college student source offered this incredible pro tip regarding the social dynamics of the car.
Oh, tell me.
It's about the person riding shotgun.
Okay.
The passenger can actually elevate themselves to the hero of the drive.
I love that title.
Right? They take on the logistical burden. The passenger holds the baby carrots. They manage dipping them into the individual hummus cups, and they hand the perfectly portioned snack directly to the driver.
That is brilliant.
The person behind the wheel gets a fresh, complex, highly satisfying crunch with absolutely 0 visual distraction and 0 effort.
That shifts the perspective entirely. Taking the effort out of fresh food addresses a much larger issue brought up by the travel blogger, actually.
Oh, the fast food trap.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the instinct on a long drive is to rely on gas station hot dogs or fast food drive-thrus simply because they are easy.
We have all been there. You eat a heavy, greasy burger and fries at a rest stop, get back behind the wheel, and 20 minutes later, your body is literally begging for a nap.
Because your body is redirecting massive amounts of blood flow to your digestive system to process all those heavy fats and simple carbohydrates.
Leaving less for your brain, right?
Exactly, leaving less oxygen and energy for cognitive alertness. Packing hydrating fruits and veggies fundamentally alters the trajectory of your trip.
It really does.
It saves you the financial cost of fast food, it saves you the time lost waiting in a drive-through line, and it prevents that lethargic, heavy feeling that makes the last 100 miles feel impossible.
So we have the definitive top 5. We've got the trail mix, the peanut butter pretzels, the meat sticks, the grapes, and the veggies.
A very solid lineup.
But knowing what to eat is only half the battle. If you deploy these incorrectly in a vehicle moving at 70 miles an hour, you are still going to end up miserable.
Very true. Execution is the hidden variable of any successful road trip.
And the sources provided an incredible framework for the how. Have you seen the community concepts the sources brought up for managing all of this? The Snackle Box.
Oh, the Snackle Box. It is a remarkable piece of travel engineering.
It really isn't. Instead of throwing 5 different crinkly, loose plastic bags into the back seat where they will inevitably slide under the passenger seat and get stepped on, travelers are using clean, multi-compartment containers.
Like a bento box on steroids.
Exactly. Think of a tackle box or a craft organizer. You create pre-portioned sections for the cheeses, the nuts, the dried fruits, maybe some yogurt-covered pretzels.
The psychology behind the Snackle Box is actually fascinating.
Really? How so?
Well, when you eat out of a large, opaque, family-sized bag, your brain falls victim to the bottomless bowl illusion.
Oh, where you just keep eating because you can't see the bottom.
Exactly. You lack visual cues for how much you've consumed, which leads to mindless overeating.
Which goes back to the lethargy thing.
Right. By breaking the snacks into distinct, rigid compartments, you enforce portion control.
That's super smart.
And furthermore, it protects the structural integrity of the food. It prevents the dense items, like walnuts or heavy apples, from crushing your softer items over bumpy terrain.
Okay, but even with the perfect Snackle Box, you still have to manage the car's microenvironment.
Yes, the logistics of the cabin.
The sources laid out a few non-negotiable rules for the vehicle itself. First, you absolutely must bring a dedicated trash bag.
Oh, 100%.
A simple grocery bag or a gallon-sized plastic bag works perfectly. If you don't contain wrappers immediately, they get shoved into cup holders.
And we know what happens there.
Yeah, if there is any residual sugar or chocolate on those wrappers, the ambient heat of the car will literally fuse the wrapper to the plastic console.
That is the kind of mistake you only make once. Seriously. And speaking of cleaning up mistakes, this detail stood out to me. Bring baby wipes, not just hand sanitizer.
Yes, this is such a crucial point. Hand sanitizer is a chemical solution designed to denature proteins and bacteria using alcohol.
Okay, getting scientific.
Well, it's important because it has almost zero mechanical cleaning power.
Oh, meaning it doesn't actually wipe stuff away.
Right. If you have sticky fruit juice or peanut butter residue on your fingers, hand sanitizer will not lift that physical matter. It merely evaporates, turning the sugar into a highly concentrated, sterile, sticky paste.
Gross.
And then you just smear that all over the steering wheel. Baby wipes, on the other hand, provide the actual surfactant and physical scrubbing power required to lift the goo off your hands entirely.
Note to self, stock up on baby wipes.
And the logistics clearly go beyond just packing the food. The travel blogger stresses checking the vehicle itself a week before fluids, brakes, tires.
Safety first.
Always. The car has to be as prepared as the cooler. And having a small travel cooler is highly recommended, not just for the hummus, but for keeping water ice cold and storing things like Baby Bell cheese wheels.
Oh, Baby Bell is great for trips.
The sources note those are fantastic because the wax wrapping creates a protective seal against moisture and temperature, keeping the cheese perfectly fresh.
Brilliant. But while we are establishing the rules of execution, we must address the absolute disasters to avoid.
The do not pack list.
Yes.
I look at packing foods that require utensils, things like soup, a large leafy salad, or a bowl of macaroni and cheese as being similar to attempting open-heart surgery on a roller coaster.
That is a very vivid image.
It demands intense precision in a highly unstable environment. You hit one pothole or the car in front of you brakes suddenly, and you instantly have a lap full of hot broth.
The physics of an automobile are simply too unpredictable for complex dining.
Definitely.
And the sources add a few more items to that restricted list. Anything mayonnaise-based is strictly forbidden.
Because of the heat.
Exactly. Mayonnaise is highly susceptible to temperature fluctuations, making it a severe food safety nightmare in a car that might be turned off and on at rest stops.
That sounds like food poisoning waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And cold pizza.
Oh, yes.
The sources explicitly place cold pizza on the do not pack list unless you have a heavy-duty cooler setup. I know a lot of college students might disagree with this one.
They probably would.
But in a car, the grease congeals. It is incredibly awkward to eat one-handed, and it leaves your fingertips coated in a layer of oil.
Which is the exact opposite of our crumb-free, grease-free pretzel mandate from earlier.
Exactly.
The oil transfers to the steering wheel, actively reducing the friction you might need to make an evasive maneuver.
Okay, slippery steering wheels are definitely a deal breaker. So what does this all mean? Let's quickly recap this masterclass in road trip survival.
Sure.
Your definitive arsenal requires 5 tools for this deep dive. Number 1, gourmet trail mix to establish a sweet, salty, low-sodium energy baseline in hour 1.
Perfect start.
Number 2, peanut butter-filled pretzels for maximum savory satisfaction with 0 structural failure or steering wheel crumbs.
The workhorse.
Number 3, high-protein meat sticks to conquer the midday physiological slump and stabilize your blood sugar without introducing offensive odors into the cabin.
Goodbye, tuna.
Number 4, grapes and berries for an effortless one-handed burst of hydration. And number 5, veggies with hummus, deploying the passenger as the hero of the drive to keep you alert and help you bypass the fast food lethargy trap.
Those 5 items address every biological and logistical hurdle the open road throws at you.
They really do.
But before you load the cooler, there is a broader perspective to consider from our sources. We have mapped out the logistics inside the cabin, but true mastery requires looking at the logistics outside the car.
You mean the route itself?
Yes. The sources heavily emphasize route management, using Google Maps to anticipate afternoon city traffic, monitoring for speed traps, and running a cost-benefit analysis on toll versus no-toll roads to protect your time.
All very practical stuff.
But take that logic a step further. We usually assume the menu is static, right? But should the actual physical terrain of your route dictate your snack strategy?
Oh, think about that. If your route is mostly a smooth, straight, multi-lane interstate where the car is basically gliding, the environment is super stable.
Exactly.
You might have the luxury of a slightly more complex snack or relying heavily on the passenger dipping those carrots for you.
But if your map indicates that hour 4 involves a winding, uneven, highly scenic mountain pass with aggressive elevation changes and hairpin turns,
the physical dynamics of the cabin change completely.
They do. On that specific terrain, relying on anything outside of a lockdown Snackle Box or a single-handed crumb-free pretzel is just inviting a mess.
It's an entirely new way to look at the dashboard. You have the playlist, you have the vehicle prepped, but ultimate road trip mastery means your menu must dynamically respond to your map.
Exactly. You have to anticipate the physical reality of the journey to properly fuel the journey.
So next time you're staring down those miles, look at the elevation, study the curves, and ask yourself, is the road ahead a trail mix highway or a pretzel pass?